What's up, everyone, and welcome to today's video. And you will notice that I am in a completely different vehicle. So to explain kind of what's going on, and by the way, this is the day after Thanksgiving, so it's Black Friday. It is currently 7:40 and we are just now getting out. I'm wearing my Halloween Mickey oversized sweater that I got at the outlets, and these really cute Christmas tree earrings that I got off of the TikTok shop, and I will link them in the description below because they're super cute and everyone needs a pair for Christmas. So last Monday, so the week before Thanksgiving, we went down to, and I said a little bit about it on Instagram, but I'll explain more here. We were driving down in Wichita, and we had gotten down to Wichita, and all of a sudden the low oil pressure started flashing on the car, and we're like, well, that's weird. So we pulled off in Walmart, checked the oil pressure, or checked the oil, and it was only like half a quart low, but Sam put some extra oil in it, and we're like, okay, whatever. So we went to Texas Roadhouse. Already got a migraine brewing already. We ordered dinner. I ended up taking mine home. We stopped at Dillon's and Goodwill, which was the reason, Goodwill was the whole reason we were going down there anyway, and we headed home. Well, if you're driving on the interstate up, from Wichita, up to like towards, McPherson, you go through Newton, and we're on the exit to head on to 50, which is like the back interstate into highway into Hillsboro, before the cutoff that we take. It started flashing oil low pressure again. Our acceleration dropped drastically. Lights started coming on the car. We got it home very slowly in the horrible wind, and we parked the car.
Hello.
And so Sam was getting cash out of the bank for Christmas shopping. And so...
Oh ho, yo.
And so my dad came and picked Sam up to go to work because I was staying home because I still had this migraine. But Sam's like, call Ford and see if we can get it in. And so I called them, and they were like, well, it'd be best if you could just bring it down because then it'll be on standby. I'll say I love this pickup. Randomly,
It's lasted forever.
We call it the Uncle Howard truck because it belonged to my great Uncle Howard. And the windshield wipers do not turn off unless you turn off the vehicle. So called Mom and Dad after I talked to Ford, and Mom and Dad came over, and Mom was going to drive it over to Ford, and we were going to leave him the keys. We get into the car, and it's not turning over, and we're like, what is going on? So Dad's like, get in the truck, we're going to Ford. I'm in my pajamas because I really want to be back asleep on my pillow. So we dropped off the keys, and it was a couple days later, and Dad just had told them, come pick it up. They would take it, to the dealership.
Ta-da!
I love this truck. So Dad had told her to tow it. Well, it was still in our driveway 2 days later, and so it is now the last Wednesday, and I called him and I go, look, you have to come get this car and figure out what is going on. We have to make a decision of what we're doing about vacation in the next couple of days, and unless you tell us what's wrong with the car, we can't do that. So I got a phone call. That was at like 7. That was a little at 8, and by 8:20 I had a missed phone call and a voicemail that they were on their way to get the car. So they called me later and tried to explain to me what was going on, and I'm like, please don't tell me, tell him. Like, I don't speak car.
I don't speak new car,
So the long and the short of it,
give me a real car and I can help work with it.
right? They're like, okay, so the long and the short of it was that they had to pull another piece to really figure out what was going on, because we're like, we swear it's the piece that broke that's been recalled, and you guys don't have the part yet, because we'd gotten a letter over the summer that there was a recall notice, but they weren't going to
have to be able to guarantee that.
Right, they had to guarantee the recall. And they're like, well, it's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be
Out of your pocket.
out of pocket, or Ford's going to cover it, but we won't know unless we drop this one piece. And I went, Sam, just tell him to do it. So that was Wednesday. Didn't hear anything Thursday. Didn't hear anything. He went in on Friday. He went in on Friday. They hadn't heard anything. So we're like, okay, it's the weekend. So Monday comes around. So now we're the week of Thanksgiving. So it's now been a full week since this whole debacle has went down. And Sam's like, I haven't heard anything. I'm going to go in and talk to him. Okay, that's fine. I said, I don't want to know. I want to know. I don't want to know. I want to know. I was so stressed. I couldn't see straight. So he comes out and he goes, well, we owe nothing. Ford has to cover the whole thing.
A brand new engine.
Brand new engine. But here's the deal. We didn't know what was going to happen, and we had to make a decision by Saturday, like 2 days ahead of this, of what we were going to do. So we ended up...
We still can't guarantee when they're going to get the parts, so...
Yeah. So we made the decision on Wednesday to cancel the cruise. We were being responsible adults. Because we're like, well, we don't like putting things on credit cards and whatnot. We try to pay everything that we can in cash. We're like, canceling the cruise means that we'll get back what we paid for the drink package, what we paid for parking, minus, I was thinking it was like $25, I think. It was 25 plus tax, so like 27 something out of what we had paid for parking. What we had paid for the photo package, and we would get half of our cruise fare back. So got the cruise parking canceled on Wednesday. Thursday we had to go over to Mom and Dad's for something, and so while Sam and Dad were looking at something on this truck, because it belongs to Mom and Dad, we're just borrowing it. I called and spoke with Carnival, and the guy was really nice and really sympathetic, and he tried every which way to get me. We did get we're getting a refund of half, but he was trying everything he could to get us like future cruise credit or something for the remaining amount, because he's like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. But I will say, buy cruise insurance, like buy travel insurance if you are going on a cruise, because then if something goes wrong, even if it's not someone getting sick, your car engine blows up like ours did, you will get the full amount back. But we are just really thankful that we are getting the amount back that we're getting back. And so we're like, okay, I think overall it was like almost $3,000, you know, between everything. And we're like, okay, this at least will make a dent and we'll figure it out from there. And then Monday comes around and it's like, we don't have to pay anything. It's all of the piece that broke was the piece that was recalled, and it flew into the engine, and engine go boom. So, boom. But we are really okay with not going on the cruise. We've said several times, since...
It took forever for us to decide on the cruise.
It really did. It took us so long for us to make that decision. So we're like, for some reason, we're just not meant to go on this cruise. So we have been doing some extra Christmas shopping that we wouldn't have been doing because we were saving money, extra money for the cruise, and that was kind of our Christmas present.
I'm gonna buy a duck.
You're gonna buy a duck?
Uh-huh.
Is his name Donald?
Yeah, and I'm gonna wear it as a hat.
Ah!
Donald is officially going to be my hat.
Oh my.
For a ring his neck.
Okay, Sam has a Donald Duck cup that has like this little piece that fits in the top. So now I'm worried about Donald Duck.
He quacked at me, I quacked back.
But so that is the saga of the last like literal 2 weeks of our lives. And in the midst of this, we were trying to decide when we wanted to go on our Disney trip. We're like, like, wait a minute, are we gonna get to go on this Disney trip? But we are, so. We will have a full another trip announcement video on that later. But, so anyway, that was the last 2 weeks of Saga. So today is Black Friday. It is the 29th of November.
Oh, no, it's pretty bright to me.
It does. It is very deceiving outside. It looks very pretty outside. The sun coming up because it's like 7:50 in the morning, but it is chilly. The truck had frost on it this morning. I think you can still kind of see it on the hood there. But the Uncle Howard truck doesn't go too far. It goes back and forth between Marion and Hillsboro, and that's about the extent of its jauntera. So we're headed to my parents to grab a different vehicle because my parents have like
Their own car lot.
Their own car lot. And I will say that it actually came in handy that we can use this pickup because we were going up a hill. I love our truck. Because we didn't have to pay for a rental car during this time period.
If Ford had one, it would have actually been on them.
Yeah, but now because it's part of the recall, Ford would have to pay for it. So, I don't know if we need to keep gas receipts or what. Like, what's going to happen with that?
Or that would be logical expense anyways.
Bummer. So now we're gonna go trade vehicles. We're in Kansas. It was probably a farmer left his truck there Wednesday night at like 8 o'clock. Are we going to Newton or McPherson?
Whichever one you tell me to go to.
Okay. And we're going to go check out the Black Friday shopping, and it's going to be part of this video, so we will catch up with you in a different vehicle. Hello.
Hello.
We are changed vehicles. We are on the Highway 50.
We're on the road again.
And we are headed towards Newton. We're actually coming up on the Hillsboro turnoff because leave Marion, you go through Peabody, and then Hillsboro, Walton, Newton. So we are headed off to Walmart. We had to wait a little bit at Mom and Dad's for the truck to defrost. So we ate a little bit of leftovers because that's where all the food is at Mom and Dad's.
Zoibach.
Wednesday morning, we were getting ready to go head over to Mom and Dad's to help with like all the extra prep and stuff because my mom helps take care of my grandma, which is her mother, and my mom, my uncle, and my aunt that live locally, as in locally like within Marion or an hour. Kind of all take turns kind of helping Mimi with things around the house. She's 99 and still lives at home. And if I could only be that, when I get to be 99. But we knew that Mom was going to have a lot of things on her plate on Wednesday, so we went over to make sure that we could help with as much of the prep as we could. And so we like did the veggie tray prep and all that kind of stuff on Wednesday, but we stopped at Rhubarb Market and we were going to grab just a couple cinnamon rolls, one for us and one for each, and then one for Mom and Dad to share because neither of them eat a whole lot, and it's really, really sweet. And since my dad has diabetes that he doesn't really take care of anyway,
Sure he does. His Brahms strawberry sundaes work great.
Right. We were standing there waiting, and Sam's like, "Oh, they have Zoibach," which is like a little German dinner roll. It looks like a duck.
It kind of does. I don't know why, but I'm addicted to this stuff. So
they're really good. We typically pick them up over the summer months only at the farmer's market from a little home-based German Mennonite family called Strawberry Kitchen. But they had some. It's like it's a little bit of a different recipe because I think Strawberry Kitchens are like just a little bit sweeter. But they were
these are so good.
They were really good, and we've got a dozen of them and we ate some of them yesterday. We ate a couple this morning. We still have a few left. We're
I mean, a dozen homemade cinnamon or dinner
rolls.
Dinner rolls for $7 wasn't bad.
Right, and it supported a local, small business, so that made us happy. And we don't know if they're going to have them for Christmas.
I'm going to keep an eye out.
We need to check and see if they're going to have them, and like if we need. It could have been something where you had to pre-order them for Thanksgiving, and they just happened to have some extra when we popped in real quick. We'll find out. That way we can, if they are going to have them for Christmas, we'll make sure and get some. But we had just kind of ate a dinner roll, and while we were waiting on the truck to warm up, we each grabbed a Coke because there was leftover
Actually, I
soda.
had two. I had the last 2 regular Cokes that there were.
Oh, you had 2 Cokes. I thought you said that you had the last dinner rolls. I'm like, wait a minute, there's like half a dozen left.
I ate like 2 or 3 of those too, but I told you those are those and the other one from Strawberry Kitchen, the Butterhorns.
Yep. And it's like I said.
I like bread.
Typically, it is only something that we get in the summer. But
well, I used to always get them at the shop for Thanksgiving because someone would bring them in,
and you would always order them. But I'm having a Coke Zero and my bread this morning. After we go to Walmart, we'll probably run to I think McDonald's, grab something to eat before we head back. But like I said, we traded vehicles. Dad said that he needs to put a couple of new tires on the truck, and he just didn't want us taking it out of town until back and forth is different than to Newton.
Blowing a tire on the back road's a lot different than blowing 2 tires down here. I know, I blew 2 right up here.
Yeah. That was what, 2019, 2020?
I don't know, this year you went to the
We still had the pickup.
well, you went to the Propaganda, because that's what I went to Wichita for.
I was at home.
I'm aware. I went down that day and paid for your entry.
That's right.
Your then you were the first one there because I was there like 2 hours early.
Yep. And you were coming back? I don't know.
Yes, I was coming back and I blew them somewhere in this room.
Yeah. But the crazy part is that we saw the pickup then. Man, that's been a while. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, tires. So Dad was like, just take the bigger pickup, and he's got a dually truck that he used when he had a paint business, which he doesn't have anymore, and we keep trying to convince him to get rid of the truck, and he's just not doing it.
Get rid of the truck, get rid of the machine. Instead, he's still wasting money on the machine that he's never going to use again.
Yeah. It's hard being sometimes feeling like you're making the only logical decisions. Come on. Love you, Dad, but come on. Number one, Dad has diabetes and has it has caused him to lose feeling in the bottom of his feet. And so he can't feel the rungs of the ladders. And so
He still wants to go up on them.
Right. And we're like, no, you are 87 years old, Dad. I said, if I have to, I will put my foot down. He goes, daughter? I said, Dad, I will put my foot down. And I'm like, and you raised me, so I am just as stubborn as you are. So, we want to keep him safe, not visit him in the hospital, because he fell off of the ladder. But, all the fun holiday drama. So, we are through Walton, and and it's not too far from Walton on to Newton. So, we'll catch up with you guys at Walmart.
Hello.
Hey, so we are out of Walmart and Dollar Tree. We went to Walmart first and found a lot of things that were still Black Friday deals. One of the things that I think is a
We
bit-
benefit from it because everybody goes to Wichita.
Yeah, everyone like in the Newton area, because Wichita's only like another 20 minutes away. And then in Wichita you got Kohl's and, you know, the mall and all the other stores. I think people just skip out on this Walmart unless they're looking for something super specific that they are, you know, limited quantity. But they still had probably, what, 6 of the big boxes of the...
They still had the TVs.
Yeah, they still had TVs. They had the $5 Serta Dream Pillows. They had the Ninjas. They had the...
I just didn't need a Ninja.
No, we didn't need a Ninja.
Well, it didn't seem like you wanted one. You asked me if I wanted one. I'm like, why would I want it?
It uses a food processor.
It don't work well. I've tried our Ninja before. It don't work well.
So we picked up stuff for us. We picked up a couple things for Mom and Dad. And we also we ended up with 2 carts.
One of toys.
One of just toys that we are...
This one.
Because we will be making a huge drop off to our local angel tree. We are feeling so blessed with the overall outcome of how the situation happened with the car that we used some of the refund that we got to purchase toys for our local angel tree. So we got a couple science kits from National Geographic,
2 of the big My Life dolls, and then Barbie dolls, and
a football and a basketball. We already have some things that we were going to be putting in our things, like our room gift exchanges. Like, we have 4 Monopolies at home that we got clearance on clearance from Dollar General. I've got some Apples to Apples games. So we already had stuff that we were planning to take down there later today or on Monday or whatever. But
I think they ordered the wrong Uno
yeah, it
gift
was
box though.
it was I got really excited at first because it was an Uno gift, like a Uno game set. It had 3 games in it, but it was original Uno,
Uno No Mercy, and Uno adults only.
Yeah, and I'm
18
like,
plus.
what? So, and I was really bummed because they were only $15 and we were going to grab a couple of those until we saw that it had adults version. And I'm like, no. So we were a little bummed about that, but we're really excited about what we did find. So from there we headed over to Dollar Tree because you weren't happy with the...
I'm never happy with paper, okay?
Yeah, I think in another life, Sam was a Christmas paper designer because he is never happy with what we currently find.
It's pathetic.
So I picked up a couple of like generic rolls at Walmart that were 98 cents. Snowflakes, and then some that was just like light bulbs. And then Sam found a few rolls at Dollar Tree. Picked up a few extra things at Dollar Tree, like we have a light bulb that's going out in the kitchen that we need to replace. So picked up a light bulb at Dollar Tree to do that. And then just some tape at Dollar Tree. Picked up some tape. And just some other miscellaneous odds and ends. And now we are headed to go check out the thrift store here in Newton to see kind of what they have, and then grab some lunch because it is like it's 10:23 and breakfast ends at like 10:30 and lunch starts, so we'll end up eating lunch at McDonald's before we head back. And the thing that
We'll grab water at Billy's and
we forgot to grab water, but I will tell you that between the 2 carts there wasn't room to put a case of water. So we were like, well, instead of going back to Walmart and trying to navigate the crowds there again, we're like, we'll just pick it up at Dillon's on our way out of town.
there wasn't enough crowd. No one was mauling anybody.
Yeah, no one was fighting. So I think that's a good thing. That makes Sam sad.
Yeah.
So
'tis the season to fight. So la 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 la.
Drive.
La, la.
I think the plan is that we will go to the thrift store, grab a bite to eat, run into Dillon's real quick, and then head back to Hillsboro. Drop off our stuff that goes to our house, then go by the bank, which is where our community angel tree is located. Drop off the items for the angel tree there, and then head back to Mom and Dad's to switch vehicles again. And then
go by the thrift stores.
Right. And Marion's thrift store doesn't open until noon. And we'll check out the one in Marion, and then we'll check out the thrift store in Hillsboro. So just kind of relaxing and enjoying the fact that today is just Friday, that it's not Sunday. But when we go back to school on Monday, we have 15 school days left. We don't have any days off in December, other than the weekends. There's no early releases, no days off, and on top of that fact, we have Christmas concerts.
We have a lot of games.
We're working a ton of basketball games. Like Friday the 6th, we have is our first basketball game, and then like the second week we have games. The third week we have games. I mean, not gonna be upset about that, because we do get paid by the school for that, and that money will just go towards our next Disney trip. So all right, we are getting ready to get ready to head in, and we'll see you guys after bit. Okay, so that was a very quick in and out of the thrift store here in Newton. They have a great deal going on.
Half off
the whole store. And it was busy, and people had carts of stuff, but there was just really nothing that...
The only thing I saw was 2 of the old candle blow molds, but they weren't on sale until the 16th.
Yeah, they're a window display, and they weren't available to purchase until the 16th. So, oh well. So now it is time to feed us. Off to McDonald's. Okay, so ignore the Rubbermaid, that's for my mom. There are the games, the My Life dolls, the STEM stuff, and you can kind of see the basketball back there.
Hi.
Hey. So we are back in Hillsboro temporarily. We made a stop. We dropped off stuff that we had picked up for us at Walmart. We had ran into Dillon's after we went to McDonald's, and hey, McDonald's now has little mini flurries that come in a little cardboard container for $1.99. So if you're looking for a McFlurry to keep your kids like calm, there you go. But we're headed to Vintage Bank here in Hillsboro to drop off all the donations for the angel tree. And what they will do is, people like angels that don't get picked, they use all the miscellaneous things that are donated to put with angels, or maybe a child only asked for books, and so they'll maybe put some random little miscellaneous things that they get donated with things like that. So we are headed to drop all that off. Okay, drop off complete. There was not a whole lot under the tree, and there was still several names that hadn't been picked, so we're hoping that this will help. So now we're headed to the thrift store, the center shop in town, because their silent auction started today, and we wanted to check out and see what they had, because like they have it taped under stuff,
Yeah,
so
it was
people
hidden.
so we're like, well, what is it? So we have to go check it. Alrighty, so went into the thrift store. Silent auction wasn't really that great. I mean, for somebody who like is like, the things that were really covered up were like John Deere, vintage Christmas ornaments,
Jim Shore.
But
they weren't any Jim Shore that most people would want.
Yeah.
And I can't even guarantee they were Jim Shore. I didn't look, because it's like, well, I think
They
knockoffs.
looked like Jim Shore's. And a half-built Lego Coliseum with no extra pieces. So, but I did find, like, on the cards that hadn't been put away yet, Pilot G2 pens, and they were loose, And our thrift store sells loose pens for 4 cents a piece. And so I looked through it and I found 10 of them. And so I got all 10 of them for 40 cents. And I picked them up because the kids I work with have been running off with my pens. I'm like, where are my pens at? Oh, well, I took one and I used it up and threw it away. Oh, well, great, thanks. Awesome. Don't care. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't really care. It's just one of those, like, when I'm looking for a pen and I can't find a pen. So I will add these to my collection on Monday. And also they had some twistable crayons. And the kids I work with love twistable crayons. So I grabbed, I think there's like 6 of them in a package. And I'm just going to add them to the little bucket of twistable crayons that are, well, my supervising teacher has in our classroom. So we dropped off the stuff at the bank for the angel tree. We went to the Hillsboro thrift store. Now we're headed back over to Marion. We've kind of made this full circle now to check out Marion's thrift shop. And
Did you need a Tupperware because you were going to bring home stuff? Or we just want to run by and get like Ziploc baggies or something? Or
we'll just use the Ziploc bags that Mom's got. That way we're not, yeah, we'll just do it that way.
Sorry.
Nope, we're good. There was our Wendy's that's officially closed. It closed Wednesday. And people are like, oh no, and I'm going, it's not that big of a deal. Because you couldn't guarantee the place is going to be open. So, like I said, now we're heading on to Marion and we'll go check out that thrift store before re-switching vehicles with Mom and Dad and heading back home to get stuff put away and do some cleanup in the living room and bedroom. One of the things that we bought on Black Friday sale that has arrived, because we have 2 boxes that have come in today and one that is still out for delivery, is new bedroom sheets. And here they're super on sale. So grabbed us those. So we're just gonna change bed sheets, and because we were changing bed sheets today anyway, we picked up new pillows at Walmart. New pillows is always nice because they're all nice and fluffy, and you know, they're not all already pre-squished. So, all right, catch up with you guys after bed. Guys.
Hello.
I
just say hello.
think you said hello.
So be-doo, be-doo, be-doo.
Banana. So it is November 30th, Small Business Saturday. And really for Hillsboro, our big Small Business Saturday event is actually on the 7th of December. We have so many people that in our community that leave for the holidays that half the town is gone. So when I worked at the chamber and I ran the event, we just ended up moving it to the first Saturday in December, and that's just kind of how it stayed. But we kind of wanted to wrap up the video from yesterday. I think the last thing you guys saw was us in the truck headed to Marion. I'm not even sure I didn't even look at the clip. To switch back vehicles, I think. I don't know if we were back at Oklahoma Hardship or what. I can tell I didn't look at the clips before we started this. But we did stop at a Lanning's Pharmacy in Marion, where some of the angel trees for Marion's Community Christmas were located. And there were a ton.
Yeah. Hillsboro's is actually pretty well knocked off, but
Marion still had quite a few. And I know that probably people would, because today was the big event of downtown stuff in Marion. There wasn't much going on. We went over to Marion, checked it out.
What did you see tonight's thing?
No.
Entry into the game is a toy.
Oh, yeah, tonight, December 30th. They always do a high school alumni basketball game We seem to have gotten more positive response for basketball season than football season because they tried the alumni football game. It didn't work. But we get more response for the basketball game because when they do it right after the holidays, people are in town. And the admission for the game is 1 toy. So hopefully there will be a ton of toys dropped off and tons of people to go for that. But we did pick up 2 more angels off the angel tree. One simply wanted a family board game. And the other one was a 7 or 8-year-old boy.
8-year-old boy needing a toy.
Just wanted a toy. So we just started kind of shopping around online. And you found for yours a DC Comics Batmobile RC remote control car.
That opens and you can put Batman in it. It comes with a Batman.
And it comes with a Batman. So Sam picked up that, and I found, and we were shopping on Target and .com, and I found a whole bunch of board games, like there was family board games or family games, and I found kind of a Yahtzee game.
A different Yahtzee game.
Yeah, like everybody like rolls at once. And I was like, well, that's really great because it helps with counting, and everyone can kind of play. And like, say you've got older siblings and younger siblings, like they can, older siblings can help the younger ones. So I liked that, and I also got Jenga.
Just because she wants to be mean.
It's like I'm the fun aunt and giving my niece or nephew drums. Because I would do that. And then I did search my Target Circle offers, and I found where they had some things buy one, get one half off. And the classroom that I work in at school, the kids love kinetic sand and Play-Doh. And I found kinetic sand and Play-Doh on the buy one, get one half off. And so we picked up those, 5 things, and it was like $50. So, like we said, we are so blessed in the fact that the car repairs are completely covered under the recall, and we can take the money that we got back and bless some other families. So, we hope that you guys had a great time. Oh, and the kinetic sand and the Play-Doh will go to the sped room I work in. And the 5th grade classroom that I work in, the kids love to color with Sharpies. And her Sharpies are wearing out. And on her teacher wish list, she had put that she wanted some more Sharpies. And Walmart has these every year. There's 27, there's 16 of the fine point, 16 of the regular point. I'm going to give this to her on Monday when we go back to school. So if you've got kids in school, grab up one of those $10 things of Sharpies and drop it off with your teachers because I guarantee they will use it. Also, kinetic sand and Play-Doh. My 4th and 5th grade kids love it. So anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for coming along and hanging out with us on our adventures yesterday. Let us know in the comments what your favorite Thanksgiving food is, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!